Clancy.
Thanks.
Next, let's bring out marketing. Jonathan Salem Baskin is an author, speaker, and a marketing consultant as well. He actually has a book out now, Branding Only Works on Cows, which will give you a little bit of a hint to his sense of humor. He has 27 years experience working with a variety of companies and brands, Apple, Blockbuster, Nissan, Victoria's Secret. Mix all those together, that'd be really a company. He writes a marketing leadership column for Advertising Age, also a column for Information Week on brands and technology. And last but not least, he is a blogger at Gimbal. And I'll give you Jonathan.
Oh, well done, just wait. That's
I love sales, I do. So I do want to start with a joke. Does anyone hear another one about Moses and the parting of the sea? It's a marketing joke. Raise your hand. Okay, so Moses is escaping with his people from the Egyptians. They're chasing him through the desert, and they're thrilled that they're finally escaping out of Egypt. They run up into this wall of water. It's the Red Sea, right? Not the Dead Sea, the Red Sea. They're there. They don't know what to do. Moses has no idea. Everything's been working up until now. So he calls a meeting of all of his advisors, his generals, his doctors, his lawyers, his tax guys, his PR guy. They're all in a room, and they're talking about what to do. And Moses says, I need ideas, guys. What do we do? The general says, we'll fortify the thing. We'll get the spears sharpened. We'll shoot the arrows. We'll kill the Egyptians. Moses says, no. The chariots are too strong. They have too many people. We'll never win. The lawyer says, I got it. We'll slap a bunch of subpoenas on them. They'll be caught in depositions. They can't fight. There'll be no battle. Moses, no. By the time we get the paperwork done, we'll all be dead. Stunned silence because nobody knows what to do. Finally, Moses says, okay, let me try this on you. So I walk up to the Red Sea. I do this. It parts. We all run across. Then at the other end, I go. It closes again. All the Egyptians are killed, and we survive and we escape. Just shocked silence in the room. Nobody can move. The PR guy, big grin on his face. Moses goes to the PR guy and says, whatever his name is, Arnold. Tell me, why are you smiling so wide? He says, Mo, baby, you do that, I guarantee you a page and a half in the Old Testament. Thank you to our hosts, to James and to Jennifer and the team for having us here. So, great stuff, Nancy. And I think you're an enlightened, smart sales guy. You have to be wrong. And here's why. Because my analysis of what's going on for our client, our employer, is that it's really not about the wine. It's about the experience. Any wine expert is not really interested in drinking a bottle of wine that's 5 minutes old, no matter how good it is. It's about making it. It's about the give and take of creating the bottle and nurturing it and possessing it. So this really isn't about selling wine, and it really isn't about selling it to associations or nonprofits. It's really about the experience. We have to figure out how to get the winemaking experience into the corporate market. And while those dollars might be tighter these days, they are still vastly larger than the funds available to nonprofits. And the idea here is to look at our stores not as retail locations as much as they are showpieces for the brand, just like an Apple store or a Sony style store. Because again, we can make good money selling individual glasses of wine in our facilities, but in the end of the day, they really are showpieces for what has to be our real big kahuna, which is developing the training and the inspirational work for our groups, for our corporate clients. That's also, when you do the math, that's where the money is, because we can charge them a hell of a lot of money for training and development. So the challenge is, how do we do that? Clancy mentioned that I talked about sales and marketing being the same thing. Well, in this instance, they absolutely are, because we can't afford to have a sales team that goes and writes orders. Matter of fact, we can create an internet page that can take orders. We don't need a human being to do that. What we need a team to do is to actually develop the relationships with corporations in these various markets we're going to expand in, and develop those relationships into not only purchases of our events, but repeat purchases. Because again, the real killer here isn't to just go find clients to hire us once to do an event. We want to become fixtures in corporations around our communities so that we're doing repeat events. And in fact, bottling and labeling wines time over time. So we actually are building a bit of a credential and a presence in these various businesses. Almost like a ritual or a routine. Because those of us in the marketing world know that routine and habit are really powerful aspects of brand preference. If I'm outsourced teams. This is a select list of human beings. Now, I'm not going to go market to them about the brand and then hope the sales guy can make a sales call and write a deal. I want the sales team to actually throw out all the rule books from the old-fashioned rules of sales and actually become true co-marketers. That means doing things like helping man the social networks we're going to use to develop this presence about wines and about training and about its role in training. It's going to be establishing the ongoing relationship. Technology is great. Have a tool to manage those relationships, but I need Clancy to join with me and actually develop the content that's going to help drive and move those relationships forward. Think about this for a minute. Somebody hosts us, and they have a great event. What happens the day later? Is that a marketing step, or is that a sales step? Well, I would say it's a us step, and we have to figure that out. Clearly, right now, we're not on the same page. In terms of advertising, I don't see spending any money on advertising. I don't care about what the medium. It's pointless. There's nothing I can say in an ad that'll reach the right people. I do see a lot of search engine optimization. If you're looking for an event, I want you to find us. What else do I want to do from a marketing perspective? I have a list. A lot of publicity. I think PR is a natural for us, like my Moses story, to be able to talk about our impact on corporations. Because I have to imagine that with our success here in the Chicago area, we've already worked with a lot of organizations. I don't know what we've done for them, but I bet you we've done great stuff, and that should be the basis of our presence going forward. Again, at the end of the day, it's not about wine, it's about making wine. So, to that end, I'm also thinking that we want to locate places next for our expansion where there are a lot of corporate clients, and ideally where there's a university with a lot of kids who like to drink. So I'm thinking we first want to build around Chicago, because we already have a presence here, we already have a reputation here. So I'm thinking we go out west a little bit to DeKalb and do something there. We do something a little north. I have the map that we're not going to show. I saw 4 locations around downtown Chicago that would be natural for us. My next thought is that we probably go someplace like Minneapolis. A lot of corporate headquarters there. Not a tradition of great wine in Minneapolis. So we not only be unique, but also we don't have a bunch of wine connoisseurs, because I don't want us to sell to wine snobs. This isn't about the wine. It's about the experience of making it and owning it and sharing it. And I'm thinking probably Milwaukee as well, although I'm a little dicey about that. So in terms of finance, we have to come up with a model that supports the event program, because I don't think we have enough diversity in terms of how and what we offer to corporations for this training product or line of products. We have to come up with a way to invest in our clients, because there's no way, if we're looking at one-off, we all live this as marketers, if we have to have a financial return attached to every single thing we do, we're toast. That's not how the world works. I know that. You know that. He doesn't. So our challenge, my challenge, is to work with Dwayne, and I think Clancy can be a partner on this, to be able to come up with a financial model that says, guess what, if we identify a target list of corporations we're going to work with, Allstate being an example that just popped into my mind, to come up with a literal lifetime corporate customer value equation that says we will invest X amount of dollars because we have a long-term plan for this business. We're going to invest in working with them to yield Y amount of return, both in revenue and profit to us over time. So that Clancy and I both have the budget to not only manage the relationship and create the value-add content for this customer, but it really buys us the time to create these sales opportunities before Dwayne comes out and says, where were your sales last month? I didn't see the return for those dollars spent, therefore you don't have them anymore. Which is, again, what happens to us, right? We spend the money, we start making progress, and then it's, poof, gone. So, in summary, I think we have a great opportunity if we really come to terms with what we do for a living. And I don't think it's sell wine, it's sell experience. And I don't think it's selling it as much as it is establishing a relationship with the customer over time so that we can sell it repeatedly. So, with that,